Good day everyone, this is me again Hart for another video. And for today, we're going to talk about self-control. And self-control, let's define it first. True Stoicism. The Stoics are saying that self-control is controlling the things that are within your control, which are the following: what you say, what you think, and what you do. And outside of that, you cannot control it. So those are the three things that you can control. And why did I choose this topic? Because I chose this topic because earlier I experienced something that would relate to self control. And the context of the story is that I'm processing documents for my current work as a freelancer, and I really need to process it. And the stuff there in the government branch that I was processing it was not really helpful, or did not help me on, or did not say to me what are the next steps after submitting that application. And I was pissed off because he just not did it once but also twice, because yesterday I went there and earlier I went there, so 2 consecutive days. And I was analyzing the situation, and I realized that I was irritated because I was sleepy. I did not sleep well last night, so I will get easily irritated. And I just finished my work, and it was really hot in there, or earlier, because it's summer season. So how does self-control relate to that? Because self-control in that particular experience of mine is me not reacting on my initial emotion, in which my initial emotion was I am irritated. And it is related to the two arrows, that example of the stoicism, in which the first arrow, that for example the arrow is the emotion or the situation that made you feel angry. So the arrow represents the action or the behavior that the staff portrayed or showed to me. So the first arrow, you will get hurt, you feel you're hurt. But the second arrow that you will feel is the way you respond to that first arrow. So I thought of that, and I realized that the second arrow, I have control, in which it was the perspective that I have. I have control over what I would do in the next following hours. So I just focused, or I just said to myself, I need to sleep and I just need some rest. I am irritated right now, I acknowledge that, but I I know that I do not mean to be irritated, or maybe that person, that staff, is also tired. That's why his behavior was like that. And I do not need to overcomplicate the emotion inside my head, and just move on with whatever I need to do after that. So the important thing is that I completed the forms that are needed to be submitted, and that's it. I just controlled myself. I remained my composure, and I just I just said to myself that these are just one of those days where you are easily irritated, and what you can do is your perspective about that particular situation. And in other areas of our life, in our day-to-day interactions with other people, we will encounter that. We'll encounter people who will maybe intentionally get us feel angry, or make us feel angry or irritated. And it is our job to not react based on our emotions, but react based on how we perceive that, and what's the best decision that we can do. We need to retaliate from the situation, maybe take deep breaths and think about what would happen if I reacted, and focus on the emotion that I have. So that is it. Control is within you. I controlled what I thought of, even though initially it was negative. I controlled, I would say, I did not say anything to that staff. I just kept it to myself and just internalize it and reflect on it. And what I did was I just took deep breaths and just went on with my day. So I think what I could leave you from this video is that we will feel emotions, we will get angry. Situation that we did not want will happen to us. But ultimately, what we could control is the way we perceive those situations that we experience, the way we perceive our emotions, and the way we control them and not let it override our decisions. So that is it for this video. See you on the next one.